finally seen Maniac tell me Searson is not good on land. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. We're here, Outsiders taking on Big. Final match of the day. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. We're all excited to see what Outsiders is going to look without Yekindar in their ranks. Good deep nade down Banana. That's Tabson challenging. He has no idea about Norbert.
No, he does not. Dangerous position. He is the sole guardian of this B bomb site, so he had better stay alive. Tabson is a wonderful player these days. He could do a lot still. I feel like we're seeing a little bit more firepower coming out of him. I quite enjoy it. Already calling it out, you know, could tell that he's a little bit worried. Flit is all the way over at Boiler as well, so if they are too quick with the rotation, he might catch one of them, but they're being very careful on the Outsiders team, which is no surprise. We know that that's what they're like. Slow and careful.
It's very, very, very careful. Flit in towards Boiler. He's the only one on this side of the map. Just a lurk position. Doesn't want to be too aggressive with his teammates all the way up the length of Banana. Just going to wait for them to pull some attention, see if he can get one cheeky kill. You do have Keto watching this. Keto, another player that we casted during the Rubet Cup that we could say was spectacular for Big.
Yeah, he really was. He held his own and then some. Tizian just a peek, but he's not going to want to find it. Searson over here on the other side, going to get smoked off. We'll see how much he's going to be respecting that as they do try to get the wraparound quad to hit that A-bomb site. Two people defending inside. It's not a lot right now. Keto goes down. Tizian trying to stay alive. 10 seconds on the clock. They need to pick up that bomb, and they're not going to be able to. Norbert going for the flank, but this round is lost, and yeah, Big, they managed to hold on. Again, it's a classic Outsiders round.
Yeah, it really was. Just not a whole lot of action. I was actually a little bit worried that Big gave up their stance. They had that aggressive positioning towards the porch, towards the cubby on the other side of mid, and then just backing off it. I was really worried they just gave up a lot of space to Outsiders, but they handled it pretty darn well. Good kills from Tizian inside of the bomb site with a double, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, but investing into some deagles in this one, Tech9 and a P250. So
that was one of the interesting conversations, like behind the scenes, was like looking at this matchup. We were in the green room and just being like, wow, this is going to be a very, very chill, slow-paced series.
It could be.
Yeah, both very tactical, methodical teams.
Yeah, and especially because I think Big have proven a number of times then. I actually think they're one of the teams that does the most homework in terms of figuring out exactly how their opponents play and trying to adjust to it. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Big are going to be, yeah, trying to leave them alone for a lot of this and trying to play the clock down against them. If they're going to do that themselves, then it's a nice way to try and close them out of some rounds, you know?
You got to be careful, though. Lost a couple players to Deagles. Now you have Jame and Kickert very, very low. This is really the last point of danger. Keto cannot go down here. Swings for the fight. Finds Flit. That was the high HP player for Outsiders in this 3v3. It's all left to these two. Jame and Kickert moving up Banana. Tabson's going to be there, but you have to imagine he'll play it relatively passive, play retake on that B bomb site. At the moment, Outsiders just looking for a mistake.
I always feel like there is some kind of like a weird bell curve effect, obviously, of how most teams play Counter-Strike. You find most of them in the middle and all of that. And some of these teams that exist out in the fringes here, like Outsiders, it feels like they can only do that because everybody else plays not like this.
Yeah,
because otherwise it will fall apart, right? But it's so frustrating if you're a team and you're used to playing kind of in a specific rhythm that the game normally kind of flows in, and then you have to face this, and you're just, even if you know, it doesn't change the fact that every other practice game you've been playing is going to be different than this one.
Yeah, and it's super frustrating, and it really does tilt you, and it does turn in, you know, for the players is like almost like a mental snowball where you just keep getting more and more frustrated and angry, wondering why they're not attacking, why they're going so slow, why there's a second person in this position. 2-0 in the favor of Big.
Did you see how the lampshade fell off the lamp?
I did not. That was one of those details that I deemed insignificant.
It was not. I guarantee it. Bring it back. Flit's going to be found. Aggressive move from Big this time. Trying to take away some of that waiting time for Outsiders that they loved so much. So it's up to Fame and Jame.
Nice.
It's going to be some fun with that.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with that one.
Going to be hanging around looking for anything they could get.
Well, just chilling through halls. All the way back home at the T-side apartments. Having a coffee, checking out the fridge. Wrapping around to banana.
There is a scooter down there that, if they had any sense, they would use, but going to give up on it.
It's got some speed to it, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. It might be too much.
Yeah, it might be too much to handle. They're not used to that kind of power, that kind of horsepower.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. They would, of course, never, ever do that. Picking out MP9. Got 30 seconds, which in sort of normal Counter-Strike time, you'd be like, ooh, this is getting a little bit, you know, risky. But they tend to plan a lot of their rounds around this exact time, so I don't think they're worried at all. If they get one good opening here, there might be something to talk about in terms of having a bomb plant at the very least, but they're not getting any of that. And honestly, from the point of view of Big, I mean, they are doing the right thing. Stay far away. Just don't give them a chance.
But it also, I mean, kind of just brings an impact in terms of him saying, you know, we kind of won that event by staying settled down, by staying calm. This is at times probably going to be the ultimate test, and if you can stay calm, like, if you feel like there's 15 seconds on the clock and you're like, all right, they're probably saving, they're not going to come for this, maybe they're low, and then all of a sudden they bust around the corner, you do have to stay calm, you do have to stay focused through the entirety of the round, and that's the kind of preparation that I always expect Big to be on top of with someone like Gabi at the helm. Searson looks to get aggressive behind the mid-smoke, but decides against it, jumps away as the bullets come through.
Winner is also going to be qualified for the for the group stage.
Nice.
Do you see Big making their way onto the big stage? Not just past, but do you think they can make it all the way there?
I think they can. I would give them like an outsider's chance at it. Oh God, I can't. I actually didn't even mean to do that. I would give them a lower percentage chance of doing that, but I think certainly they would like to build on some of the success and momentum that they have. Norbert with the kill is going to try and take control of Pit. Oh, and Searson's got a turnaround. And here's a little bit of a pace change for you. Didn't expect that one at the 1 minute mark, and Outsiders has already cracked open the A site.
Yeah, and look at the results as well. There's, what, 2 Molotovs dropped from the TT side inside of that bomb site. So that's, you know, unused utility that Big just weren't ready to throw when the time came, because again, it's happening, I think, at 1 minute and 6 seconds. So that's interesting. Well,
remember too, like as much as we've kind of touched plenty on kind of the slow-paced style that Jame and Outsiders have brought out in the past. One of the conversations, remember, when Yekindar was still on the team and Flit was brought in, that first event with Flit in the roster, we were like, oh, they've actually got some pace. They've actually got some speed and some aggression to them now that they didn't have before. It'd be interesting with that reputation of Outsiders as like a slower, methodical team that likes to run the clock down. Mix it up, throw a couple, like, you know, have a few rounds where you get that opening pick and you actually press the issue. And you start throwing like a 1-2 punch like that with the pace changes, and it can be very difficult for teams and players to deal with.
Yeah, that would be a huge thing to add to their already existing. They already are a really dangerous team, of course. So yeah, maybe that would make it even more difficult to deal with. Certainly is here. Nicely done. 3-1, and leading into the 5th round. Gonna cost them a lot on that CT side to lose that round. 1,200 bucks on Crimbo, but other end, yeah, 2.5 there on Tapson, but everyone else is not doing too well in terms of the economy, so they're going to be struggling to buy if they can't win this round. Searson, I do like that though. Quick early peek down that second mid just to see if you can get away with it.
Boosted into the ROPS position. It's 3-1. Utility being left and cached.
Is he throwing it like that to stop it from rolling away? I think so. Keto goes down though, checked instantly. That's a nice pick off, an even better one on Tapson. Oh, smoke is on the ground. He's gonna come running back Crimbo to try and do something with it here. That's a very nice start. Nearly a lineup. That could have been a double to save the round, but at least he's gonna be able to smoke it off, and he takes down Fame on the other side of it. So look at how much damage. It's almost a triple kill for Crimbo. The nade, if he throws at the right time and deep enough, it might make a difference here. Going to be a little bit too shallow, but still interesting stuff. Over on the other side, Tizian looking for an opening, but they're right behind him.
And this is, oh, good find in middle. And now he can hear the footsteps. They're already up, but look at this crossfire. Look at the crossfire from Searson from Library. He's got the first kill. They know one's up in halls, and even if he's smoked off, it doesn't matter. He's going to come work right around it. Norbert has no idea. Tizian drops out, finds the final frag. And a fourth round on the board as Big have an immediate rebuttal.
That is one hell of a recovery in that round. That's actually very hard to do.
And not possible if Crimbo doesn't have that kind of a holdover at the B-bomb site. The damage to 2 players, the single kill, that all dissuaded Outsiders from actually pressing onto the B-bomb site to make this possible.
Yeah, so cool. And Tizian being up there to catch them in second mid and spot them running past. I definitely thought that was a done round. 2 opening kills like that, 5 versus 3, and they managed to make their way back. Super important. Remember, they would have been forced to save Big, so the fact that they win the round is what a huge upside for them. Fame going to be standing inside of the flames down there. Comes by with that shot anyway. I can't believe it. He probably should have been dead, but that's a very good turnaround with the AK-47.
That's a wild way to get an opening kill.
Yeah, dancing in the flames.
Dancing, or Tabson, not having fun. Searson swings right into a double peek. And again, a 5-on-3 for Outsiders, one they cannot let slip away.
Yeah, that one is tough too. They've done it before, but this time they're gambling on the A-bomb side.
Yeah, I like what Big is doing here. I mean, again, they're still not, it's not like a full reset if they were to lose all the weapons in this round, but it's devastating enough that they don't even want to mess with it. Stack the A-bomb site. If Outsiders come here, you got a chance. Now, Outsiders, as we all know, they'll send some utility. They might send 1 or 2 players to kind of investigate, but they're not going to get caught in this trap.
It's very rare, yeah. Even at 30 seconds, where maybe, again, a lot of teams would be stressed. Ooh, they are sending in Norbert to try and check deep in the bomb site. It's going to be Tizian, yep. And they know 20 seconds, and they're going to fall back. And there is time. I think the run from top mid into B is, I think it's something like maybe 13, 14 seconds, something like that. So they should be able to get there with enough time for the bomb plant too. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's a good round from Outsiders. That's also the luxury of having a 5-on-3. You can afford to sacrifice a player in this fashion, right? Because that's basically what it is. Like, here's a full-blown execute. We're going to give you all the utility that the team would normally have if we were doing a set piece, but let's go see if you can find out what we need.
How did they figure out who to send in? Is it like a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing? It's like, you're the guy to run in and die.
That's a good question. That's something I think for Freya for the next interview with Outsiders.
Yeah, just like...
Jame, how do you decide?
Yeah, because we know it's not Jame. Oh.
Oh, how we laughed. 4-2.
Wait, who was it? Who was that was always dropping the AWP with Jame? Why am I blanking on this name?
Sanji.
Yeah, he's like, Sanji, you're going to wait, he's not on the team anymore. Norbert, you.
Just go down the list.
Well.
Got B having a chit-chat.
Yeah, good time for it too, given the money situation. Now, again, that they avoided the economic death once. As you said, saving some of the rifles here means they could probably put something together in this next round, but if it crumbles again, then they're actually letting Outsiders back into the early half of the game, which they obviously want to avoid, so got B.
I think this is more out of the fact that, I mean, in one sense, if you look at it from maybe like a purely Counter-Strike point of view and not so much the scoreboard, I mean, even the round that Big just won a couple rounds back, starting from that 3-on-5, is like, that should have been a round we lost. Now, once again, this kind of similar sort of style, they got 2 opening kills. This time we did lose it, and it's kind of addressing that problem, because he's thinking, even though we got the win in that round, we still kind of got beat in a way that's now been repeated a couple times.
Yeah, those opening kills are so detrimental to that CT side.
The other side of it too is like, ooh, Flit just ready and waiting. The other side of it too is like, not only is it slow sometimes, but Outsiders doesn't like, they don't always like come for these entries in this map control with a ton of utility. So even some of their rounds are just like, you don't even like know what's coming until you're making contact. There's no real warning system at times.
Fame just looked like he almost
sensed it.
There's no way, right? What an actual Jedi. Flip though, not nearly as observant.
No.
Gonna be walking right in.
That's a Padawan.
Yeah, he needed a little bit of that magic. Citizen's gonna get caught by Jame. It's a good kill, and that will probably be a nice setup to win the round here. And again, really shut down that big side economy. So we'll see. 1400 on taps. If they can save these two rifles, they actually could do a little bit of work in the next round big. So I don't know if it's going to be easy to do that. Crimbo hoping to be the hero right here. Excellent headshot. Is he ready for more though? They're on the other side. They're all going to come from every single one. Jame this time with an AK-47 going to be picking it up. Norbert's got the AWP because he's low on health. And Tabson's going to be far away from the action. So 4-3 going to be the scoreline here. Outsiders definitely winning this one.
Yeah, they are. They've, I mean, these last 3 rounds have been excellent for Outsiders, even one of them being a loss. Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward situation, but all Outsiders from there on. Good job dealing with, clearing out the sandbags.
Trying. Crimbo, yeah. I mean, he was in a good position to get the job done there, but not quite quick enough. Do you ever get, you know, looking at God B standing behind them like that?
Yeah.
Sometimes I have this at the pinch myself kind of moments because I think God B was, you know, like a legend in Counter-Strike 1.6. Like, I remember as a legend in that. It's surreal sometimes for me that we still have so many of these players around and, you know, close to the game.
Well, certainly in Europe. And that's been, I think, one of the, I mean, not to turn it towards this angle, but having the luxury of having those veterans that have been around through so much and being involved in the scene in every sense, regional scenes.
You guys all became poker players instead.
Yeah, all of our CS pros just moved on to poker. They're like, we're used to sitting around for 14 hours a day on our PC. I think I'll learn how to play 7 poker games at once.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't do that.
You didn't. No. Stuck with the game. And now look where you are.
Look at me now.
Having to follow me around.
Having to listen to your dreams.
Exactly.
4-3. Big is up by 1.
Could have been Poker Millionaire instead. What a screw up.
I think the percentage of CS players that turn into Poker Millionaires is like... Actually, I know an absurd. I know like 3.
I was going to say, it's probably pretty high.
It's actually do know 3.
You're realizing now, like...
I was like, God, I actually could have done it. Here we go. 4 players at top banana for Outsiders. 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. They're already challenging. They'll back away once this smoke comes in. They've done a good job forcing out some counter utility, but actually Norbert steps up. He hasn't gotten the strat book yet, so he likes to remain aggressive. Crimbo's going to shift over. Good kill. He's got plenty more to find, but he can't do it.
A Jame here. Oh, trying to do something, but Citizen on the other side. Norbert, the one come charging through. Thought maybe Jame was going to try and hold that on the other side for the bomb plant, but nope. Finally goes down. Flit will take down Tizian, trying to go in for the flank. There is a secondary flank coming, and Big, they've been saving a couple of rounds. I don't know if this is the one you want to go for. It seems like Citizen's already kind of calling it off, but Keto is working the other angle. If he could be really fast with it, maybe. Now that they've lost Flit, Flit's got the kill, maybe it's too late, though. Keto going to put up a smoke towards that, and Kickert will take him down. That seemed maybe a little bit slightly disjointed, or maybe Citizen just wanted to put some space between him and what actually did happen. Flit came to find him, but
yeah,
that's another explosive round though from Outsiders. This Molotov is actually a really cool one thrown from the big side. It looked like it was going to be, you know, efficient. What they wanted was to force someone into the fight, right? But
yes.
Norbert just won it anyway, so.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and that's, we kind of touched on that earlier. If there's going to be like, if you can go back and forth with some pace changes, that's a pretty cool way to go about things. And like I was saying, I expected that smoke to come in from Big and them to just, Outsiders to just back away from that fight and be like, you know what, we've kind of won here. We forced out a lot of utility. We can readdress and work across the map in other ways, but catching Big off guard there. Just continuing the onslaught. We're all tied up. 3 Deagles, excuse me, and a P250 on Tapson.
Flit and Norbert making the opening here. A couple of good headshots to clear out everything they wanted to. Yeah, right at the frame of the door or the hallway. Gonna be some pretty smooth openings in some of these rounds. And Big gonna decide to group up, go aggressive, try and look for something. It's not a bad idea, but there's 2 people waiting for them out here. One of them playing anti-flash, so even if they did flash their way around the corner, Fame would have been able to spin around. It's a very nice cleanup here to give the 1-round lead to Outsiders. We're seeing a lot of the reason why this team could be very tricky to play against. I do feel like, given we've been talking about this a little bit, the number of opening kills that outsiders are getting in some of these rounds because of Big trying to find a little bit of a fight, trying to go for some aggressive plays.
Yeah.
I'd still be interested to see what happens if Big try to, you know, play the clock against outsiders and just slow it down, save some Molotovs, sub 20 seconds, see if you can get away with that. Ooh, that's nearly a good find, but the return is instant.
Yeah, and just to back up your point there, there's only 2 rounds in this game so far that Big has had the opening kill. It's been heavily in the favor of outsiders, and I'll tell you what, I mean, we keep touching on this kind of slower play style at times. If you're going to get the opening picks and then kind of slow the pace down and work across the map, that just makes it a lot easier to work with, a lot easier. Because you get time to do things like this. Boost up in the corner and look for the information play, look for the aggression. However, they've missed the timing on it as Big is setting up utility. Fame and Kickert. Boom. There's one behind the half wall. You see the barrel first. Good flashbang, but it blinds Crimbo as well. A little bit of lack of coordination there. Keto knows he was kind of stuck in the fight. Fame gives him an odd timing on the follow-up swing. Outsiders have cracked in. Now, this is going to turn this Outsiders into a 5-0 run in rounds. But if you go back to the one that breaks that, I mean, that was the one that was a 5-on-3 for Outsiders that they end up losing due to a good effort out of Crimbo. So I mean, this has now been, in my mind, 6 to 7 rounds where Outsiders has actually
had everything.
Yeah, they've gotten everything they've wanted out of it.
Yeah, that's a kind of a scary picture that's being painted right here. I think you see some of it right there, even when there is a setup. That's 3 people defending the B bomb site, right? They had the AWP, they had the close-up on the M4, they had a man inside of the bomb site ready to flash, and like, it doesn't even work out. And the timing and the spacing between every fight that Outsiders take there is amazing. And
the only player that goes down, Kicker, fell to the final player, to the last fight of those 3 players. They handled everything else with ease. 2-round lead. T-side Inferno, Outsiders map pick.
Tizian hanging around with the AK. They aren't looking for him a tiny bit. They certainly have the money to be able to do it, so common position to try and hide in. Molotov gonna force him out. Yeah, no problems.
Of all the places you could have thrown that Molotov, pick that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
They know everything right now.
6 to 4.
Yeah, that's a great find. And it's a shame because this is real close. Tabson almost finds the opening on Norbert out there.
Yeah. That, I don't, yeah, that's...
Force myself not to say Norbert.
That flashbang is so brutal. Keto just a little bit off placement blinds his teammate. And that might have been something that could have helped salvage the round or at least make it an opportunity. Spring the trap and allow that 1-2 punch. It also gave away that there was a 3rd player inside the bomb site, so Outsiders assimilate all that information and have the solution. Another timeout called from Gabi as Big talk things over. Heading into round number 11. Descend into some upgraded pistols. Don't have the money to afford rifles. It's getting worse.
Yeah, it really is right now. 6 to 4, but it's a very suffocating first half, right? For Big. Some upgraded pistols, but then, oh, so leaving everything out here. Okay, so right now Tabson could pretend like he's basically 4 or 5 different people cycling the nades back and forth.
Okay, this is interesting. I like this.
Hope he doesn't throw like Heroic does. Grenades.
Yeah, true. He's not Danish. I think he'll be fine.
No doubt.
So Tabson's just going to play the stall-out game, and as you said, try and imitate the presence of 3 or 4 players. He's got another smoke, 2 more HEs to use.
Okay. A little bit more. Back for a refill of the nades. Last cycle. Why not? They're out there waiting, but eventually they're going to get bored of that too. Setting up a smoke, but I don't think they're going to respect it. They're going to come charging through. Fame goes down, but Kickard negotiating that obstacle fine. Jumping on top of the boxes here, and they're going to get the round anyway, but I think that's a cool setup. I like that.
It's a nice cool idea. Didn't work.
I want to try that in a game of matchmaking, but like, guys, can you throw all your nades over to me?
No one in matchmaking is going to respect that smoke. You're never going to get a chance to pull it off. There's a flashbang and a push through, and one kill from Tizian. Jame and Flit respond very, very quickly and make sure that Big realized they had no chance of retaking this bomb site. 3-round lead for Outsiders.
Caught trying to run to the other side, so yeah, 7-4. Just trucking along here slowly. Little Outsiders tugboat, you know. It's not fast, but it's powerful. Is that what they are? Tugboat,
yeah. Okay.
Can move a whole container ship, but
sure,
slowly.
Slowly. Guns back in the hands of Big, off in the hands of Searson as well.
Ooh, okay, I thought they were going to slow down, but they're actually going to go maybe even a little bit more aggressive. Just a couple of nades down so far. Fame down to half health. Still sticking around the middle, looking into second mid was Searson, but even he's backed off with that now.
Yeah, but Jame has a great angle to cover his teammate to take top banana control. Deep nade, doesn't do any damage. They backed away from the half wall. Could send Tapson forward now that Searson's arriving with the AWP. He just gets around the corner when Kickard jumps up on the boost. So banana control towards Outsiders, 1 minute and 13 seconds on the clock.
Bomb is still really far away, so they don't really need, they're not necessarily looking to do that much here outside of just seeing if there's a mistake. Anyone's going to be caught out there. And then they'll run to top mid to do the same thing. So they have a lot of map control right now, the Outsiders team, which is good to see. Tabson going to be taking on Flit. That's catching one, and that's finally an opening kill that goes the way of Big, something that really has not happened that much, so huge victory on its own. But over on this side, there are just not many nades left to try and defend the bomb site with. Searson's going to be throwing that one down, and they have a flashbang, and that's it.
Yeah, and just because they're so quiet on the map as well, Outsiders, Big haven't been able to cheat a third player over. Just now the execute's going to come in. Searson has no chance of being involved in this. Smoke's going to start fading. They're going to go through it anyways. And you've got Crimbo basically isolated for the moment. And he goes down. Norbert, that's a pretty stunning entrance into the bomb site. And Searson can do nothing but spam the smoke and pray.
Yeah, hope for something.
Do you go for this?
I would say no, based on especially the utility, right? They have one Molotov, and think how many positions. They need a smoke to block out Banana. Even if we can tell that nobody's there, that doesn't really matter in terms of the retake. You still have to be careful about it. They're going to try. They're tired of waiting. Keto getting the one kill there, but they need a lot more. Tabson trying to open it up. They fall back down into the flames. Norbert is out of it, but that clock is running low here. Jame looking for anything that he can get. They get the kills.
No, time. Oh! No way. No way.
No, I don't think he did it. I think he fell back down, and you could already see it. Yeah. He knows as well. It's going to be the round for Outsiders.
Oh, no.
Just dipped his toes into the fish spa.
Yeah, he caught his toes on the edge of the goldfish pond.
It's rough.
That really sucks. That was a great retake. I didn't think that was, that did not look like a likely retake, but good utility usage. I mean, as you mentioned, there's so many places you could have thrown that Molotov. They threw it in the one place where actually Outsiders had like 2 players back there in dark. So, I mean, they put it to the perfect position, just can't come out on top at the end of the day. Lack of mobility on Tapson. It's getting up there in years. His knees starting to creak, hips not working the same way. We all understand. You especially.
Listen, I didn't even have to. You have to get old for that to happen.
Just one night of dancing at an esports after party, and
yeah. Listen, it turns out carrying siblings is not as easy as it seems. Kick it on 56 health after a little bit of damage. I actually think from an emotional point of view, that's a pretty rough round for Big, because they probably were thinking what we were thinking, which is this is going to be a very hard retake, and then they kind of summoned the courage to do it, and they actually do it, and then they're short by half a second. You know, that's a little bit hard to deal with.
I'd be really interested. I don't know if it was actually like him catching his foot that caused him to miss that defuse.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
It didn't help anything. I think it would have been extremely close, regardless of whether he got over that cleanly. Oh, that's the bomb. What a great find. That was the last second as well. Fame's going to come back. He's about half HP, and now weapons have been recovered. Quick shot from Keto doesn't land, but this is doable.
Look at the clock.
They got, yeah, there's still time, but it's going to dwindle pretty quick, and they're both coming from different angles.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely, there could be a huge problem with the time. What? Is he? No way! He got the transfer on Norman. I need a slow motion replay right now.
Fame can get the bomb and bail.
Yeah, maybe, but I think Keto knows. He's sneaking in for it. 15 seconds here, and he's gonna catch him. Oh, what an important round for Big to stay and have any chance at all here in the first half. That one is critical. Norbert's
hit some absolute bangers on getting opening kills and entry kills for his team, and he's going to wish he had this one back because Tizian's not even looking at him. Not even considering that direction. What a good recovery. Keto finding Jame with one shot from the deagle. Yeah, this one.
Full on panic. Sure. But
that's one bullet that heads into his chest.
Yeah. Well done. Okay, 5-8. It's still not looking pretty for Big at the moment, but if this is going to be the springboard for something more, then they'll take it anyway, even if it's a rough first half right now. If they get up to 6 or 7 here, they're still doing something. They're still staying competitive. Searson aggressive out here with Keto by his side. AK and AWP in the A hallways. They're going to get the first headshot there, trying to...
Oh, the chicken!
Yep, the chicken might have thrown him off. Norbert comes charging in, but Searson's going to no-scope him. Oh, no way.
I don't think I've seen a chicken fake someone out quite that effectively. Oh, if Searson had gone down there, he would have never... Oh, yeah, he would have been having scrambled eggs for breakfast every day.
Just trying to do the chicken genocide to get rid of them.
Just eliminate all the chickens. Kickert looking into the B bomb site. Bomb is all the way in mid. That's in the hands of Jame. This is a nice crossfire setup as well. Taps in very, very deep. They've gone extremely passive, not even using utility, welcoming these challenges from Kickert and Jame. And I don't think you're ever going to take this fight expecting Tapson to be here at a little bit of an off angle as well for a player in CT spawn. Missed the opportunity, but that puts Crimbo into position. He missed his chance initially. James arrived, but it's way too late.
Yeah, surely is. 15th round still to be played. Not, well, they have some money, but probably don't want to be giving away an AWP if you don't have to. So 1 versus 3 with about 20 seconds. Yeah, better to save this one. A 6th round on the board for Big. Man, they have to dig really deep to get these rounds, but they're starting to do it a little bit. If it ends up 8-7, then obviously Big still have a chance to win this map, even in spite of all the struggles.
That's a brutal run in the middle stretch of this half, though. 7 rounds straight for outsiders. That's so insane.
And it's your favorite chicken too.
Yeah, it really is. It's a good-looking chicken. Well done.
Working for the enemy side this time, if you want from Searson's point of view.
Nice coloring, nice feathers.
Oh man,
it's a magnificent creature. Molotov down mid. Molotov towards top banana. Kickert. Ooh, this is a little bit of a difference. Opening. Ooh, actually eats the nade, didn't it?
What?
Okay. That was a god-tier flashbang.
Yeah, and that might be the most effective flashbang we've ever seen. So good, it caused Searson to blow his in-game leader up.
First the chicken and now this.
Searson might have thought there was a chicken coming. He's like, I'm shooting now.
He's like, it's that chicken again. Yeah. He's not going to get away with it twice.
He's going to start blazing. It's too much. Oh. Okay, he's set up for it. He's ready. They're on the corner. Bomb is still at the bottom of T mid, so they don't have to commit to anything. I mean, they're not going to commit to anything right now unless they get a huge opening. There's no reason for them to do much. 50 seconds, and let's see. Ooh, setting off at an elevated peak right on top. He could only see the boots of Jame, and even Searson, fast as he is, not able to react to that one. Crimbo inside of the bomb site, 1 flash in his hands, and an M4, and no backup coming yet. Fame will instantly clear it and flip down the middle. And And he's going to be able to fight back, take one of them down. Tizian on his own here for the final round. There's no way, absolutely no way to make this one work. And he's going to go down to Jame as a really good first half. 9-6 in favor of Outsiders. A very solid work coming through from their side. We'll see if they can keep going. The second half is coming right up.
Why is he just like the player everyone wants to be? Like the flicky, stylish AWPer and the aggressive rifler? Like, what's going on? Now for CSGO, he's got his work cut out for him. Ooh, bit of noise made, but there's CSGO, nails the shot.
CSGO, he's already on a double on this round. No one's watching it. CSGO. Oh, the follow-up. CSGO is on for the ace.
CSGO in the window is smoked off. This is for the map. This is for the game. And he's waiting in the window. They have no idea. The smoke phase, a missed shot. He gets the kill. He gets him off the bomb. The pistol's out. The P250 might just save Big once again. And he's done it all on his own.
Finally goes down, it will fall to CSGO, and he's hit some good shots. Very good shots, a double. Nork on ramp, he taps away, it's a good duel, he double up, and he hits them both! CSGO here with the AWP, but he's putting on a bit of a show. A fast wrapping long is Hunter. The only man left, CSGO.
Welcome back to the first map. Big taking on Outsiders. Outsiders with a 3-round lead after a very good and methodical T side, exposing Big left and right and all across the map, up and down as well. Going to be switching sides. Outsiders playing defense, looking to close out their map pick and go up 1-0 in this series that decides who goes to the group stage of IEM Cologne.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive run for them right here. Big having a couple of almost like miracles to try and get back in, get to 6 rounds. They have to do a lot better on the T side. 6 is a pretty low number when it comes to that CT side, but maybe it'll be enough. If they can win this pistol round, it'll set them up at least to do something early on. Norbert down the middle, and he'll take that fight every single time against Tamsin. Puts him away. And back into a 4-on-5. And we'll see. They're starting to move a little bit more up towards the middle here. Norbert's going to go back and check what's happening, crouching in. He really is feeling a bit aggressive. Nice flick. Keto send packing out of the round. And now they can really play defensive if they want to. Tizian, that actually might have been one of the better chances to catch someone falling back, but they were aware.
Yeah, very aware when they fall back. They know where that next piece of danger is. Kickert playing way back in CT spawn, USP advantage, and another one-tap headshot kill. And Big has just been whittled down to 2 remaining players. Norbert knows what's coming next, and he does eventually get that shot as well. Good luck, Crimbo.
Yeah, we've left you a 1 versus 5 to, have those stats, get some career highlights.
You can do it, man.
Nice of them to do that, but he let them down, so it's a real shame.
Cut him.
6 to 10, and good pistol round. I mean, the USPs, sometimes that'll happen. You just get all the right pistol shots off, and that's it.
Yeah, Norbert's looking good right now as well. Outside of that missed kill on Tizian in the first half towards the end, that when he wasn't looking at him, he's had some bangers this game.
Am I the only one that remembers that Eddie Murphy movie?
The only one that remembers what?
That Eddie Murphy movie, Norbert.
Yeah, I mean, I know of it. I have never seen it because, I mean, primarily it's an Eddie Murphy movie.
You know?
More of a stand-up guy, you know?
Must have seen the Golden Child.
I got nothing for you.
All right, well, fair enough. Yeah, his stand-up's great too. 6 to 10, 17th round. And yeah, you're right. 14 to 9. Not bad. Big are actually doing pretty good in terms of kills. They're not really that far behind. They just, I mean, on the first half, the opening kills were a big problem. That has to change. They're at least going to be able to dictate the pace of the game a little bit more here. That's something to think about.
And if we go back to the Roubaix Cup that they played just before this, I mean, I know you and I casting it had seen a number of maps played where Tabson called incredible games. Yeah. Absolutely incredible games on the T side. So we'll see if he can do one here. There's a bit of a distraction, although CT Smoke is going to block off and isolate Searson and Crimbo, who has the bomb on Rap side with just 2 players. He's going to have to wheel all the way back around the lane, but these Deagles are not getting the job done, and Outsiders is responding appropriately, shutting down the hit. And it should just be a nice, easy 11th round for the defense.
The timing on those smokes going up, especially towards
small
loop, yeah, that's huge. That really broke off any kind of a crunch that could have happened there. Wondered for a minute if they wanted to try and boost over the smoke and look in there, but the problem is, as well as you pointed out, there was 2 people there and one of them had the bombs. So it's really, really risky. 11 to 6 the scoreline, and no bomb plant, so they're going to be chilling out a little bit longer. And
I mean, the other heartbreaking thing, if you're Big, is they invested in that previous round and got virtually nothing done. I think, what, just the 1 kill?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of investment to not have an impact on the economy, to not get a bomb plant. So this round should be a little bit easier for Outsiders to work with. Jame is going to stay calm as they're spamming at him. Crimbo was trying to catch him on the fallback while maybe he was getting tagged through the wall, and obviously that didn't work out the way it did in his head.
No, definitely not. Returned upon too much firepower. And another 4 on 5 here. Keto hoping to catch somebody in the middle with the Deagle, but yeah, I mean, I think the pistol round showed some aggression from Norbert, but otherwise they're back to playing a little bit more defensively on this time, and they don't have a lot of incentive to not do that. I mean, unless you count hunting for kills as a good incentive, they might as well just play it this way, slow it down, and lock this round in. As long as they keep throwing Molotovs and smokes and all the rest of it, then there's not much Big can do.
Well, yeah, and then eventually as the round comes down to the end, they're just going to be forced into an extremely disadvantaged situation. So, just waiting for the smokes to fade, much like Big. Not a whole lot of action on the map. 3 players going to try and challenge Banana. Thompson's going to start coming up as well. Kickert's close by, ready to chew him up with the SMG. First and second for Kickert. Tizian found a kill up mid, but there's no impact on that. There is on the second kill, but once his teammate falls behind, no real chance. So a pair of kills for Big's attack, but a 12th round for Outsiders.
Still just moving along in the right direction. Just
that little tugboat smile on their face.
Yeah, exactly. Has there ever been like a children's thing about a tugboat?
Probably.
Must have been, right?
You would know better than me.
Well, I was going to say this Thomas the Tank. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Thomas. but mostly for the stupid memes that are around. If anyone can ever fit Thomas the Tank Engine into a meme, I'm immediately
automatic win in your book.
Yeah, I'm just always good. 12-6, and it almost feels like, you know, losing to outsiders is a little bit like it must be losing an MMA fight to someone who's like a grappler or something. You're just on the ground, like you're just losing energy, slowly getting.
Yeah, they're not delivering like the knockout blow,
yeah,
but you're just slowly losing options. They're just slowly
like you
more
don't
and
have
more
any
pain.
stamina left. You
Yeah.
can't even like I guess I just have to lose.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it's hard to deal with. It's possible probably to change it if you get the right roll, like right off the bat, and you're feeling super confident and everything else, but...
Or you win the right rounds to limit their economy and force them into some weird situations, but
yeah.
none of that has happened for Big, at least for the moment. We'll see if they can reverse their fortunes.
Ooh. Someone should have been watching the Future Pros series to throw that Molotov.
With good old Rushley.
Yeah. Rushley would have landed there no problem.
That one blows up in the air. They're going to step in front of that smoke for sure. I think Norbert realized something was up for a second, but oh, Tizian, if he could work up the courage to go for a peek, he's got a free kill. This is really interesting from outsiders. They're just giving up the A-bomb site?
Yeah, they are. Well, now they're...
Not anymore.
Maybe second-guessing themselves. They're a little bit jumpy over on Banana as well. They might want to go for a little bit of a run down there eventually. Flit going to be finding Keto. There's been so many huge openings in this round for Big, but they haven't pulled the trigger. Now they're right up next to the bomb site, but backup is being called for right here. Norbert running and gunning and very nearly taking down Crimbo with the jump up. There's the bomb. It falls deep in the bomb site, and they have no way out here. They're getting surrounded. A little bit of assist there at the end, and it's going to be Tizian. Maybe the one who could have started everything with the right step at the right time, but now he's down in the pit and there's nothing he could do here. 1 versus 4 and he's locked in.
It's the eternal, it's the crappy thing about being that Halls player is like you always want to make that play. You always kind of want to swing out and catch that player rotating. It's always in the back of your mind, but it's so hard to tell when the moment is actually there, when it's actually in front of you. I think the only player I know who like is at today's day and age that feels like he has a really good read of the situation is Robs. Robs plays that position so well. His timings on those peaks are brutal.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And we'd probably be criticizing Tizian right away if he steps, you know, if he does it at the wrong time and
then dies.
Blows up, you're like, oh, they needed him, you know, later.
Tapson very animated during this timeout. Third one taken. Very vocal. Trying to rally the troops for one last push. 13-6. They're out of money. They drop down to Deagles and Tech 9. Light armor, a little bit of utility sprinkled in there. But it's not looking good for the German side here in this matchup against outsiders. Jame down mid.
No, it definitely is not. And once again, out of money. 20th round here, and just the one Tech 9 on Tapson. So they could try and have him entry somewhere. A little bit of an attempt there with a flash around the corner, but nobody there to be found. So now, though, they're moving up and quite aggressively on top of it. So it might be a little bit of a shock when they turn the corner. Oh,
ooh,
wow,
hello.
This is it. Huge double opening. That's what you want.
That's the strategy Tapson called.
Yeah.
During the timeout. So just walk up banana and catch a nice timing, get a couple of headshots. Seventh.
Should have been doing that all along.
Yeah, right out of the gates. 7th round for Big. Outsiders is not even going to even consider going for this.
Oh. Where's it been the whole time? They were able to do this.
Hello.
Keto. Nicely done. Flit, he was already in the graveyard. Now he's been buried too.
Yeah, all the above. And poor Jame is thinking he's going to save his off. He's like, yeah, I'll come back and meet up with my boys over at the A-bomb site. It's going to be all fine. We'll just chill in pit. All that's been taken away. Sees the gun barrel, finds himself a kill. He knows someone's coming behind him. He's never going to be aware that there's 3 players.
that smoke's not going to help. Does take down Keto.
Ooh, okay.
What a highlight so far. Eventually going to get overwhelmed, but...
Now, that's great for Big. This is obviously fantastic. However, this is not a round that you can replicate if you're big. You're still searching for the winning recipe. You're still searching for the answer. That's just a nice gift that you've been given with some beautiful shots from the Deagles and a good job in Banana.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong. Although it could be a gift that keeps on giving if they can win this next one. Money is out for outsiders, so there is. It might have created a slight bit, you know, of a bigger opening if they're able to continue on. But you're right. It's not like ooh, we found the one weakness that we can exploit. We can go back and and kick them again. Not going to happen in quite the same way. Ooh, yes, there we go. Opening up on Jame. That's not bad. Tizian swings wide. Last time he was slow. This time he's going to find the opening. And even if he gets traded, it's still pretty good. 3-on-3 with a lone player down in pit. Now, the problem is it's Norbert, and he's been playing very well. So if they're not quick to take him down, he's going to get a lot of backup here. And they need to do it without losing anyone else to him. Trimbo, that's an important fight right there.
I actually loved that reposition. I loved everything about it. That nade doesn't connect up on top of the boxes. Good kill. Kickert's going to keep pressing the issue, though. 1v2. He's going to fight for it. Got a kit as well. Low HP on Crimbo inside the site, planted the bomb, and a quick swing from Thompson. And it seems like that one round, just the previous round, broke the spell, and now they've built upon it. 13-8, 5-round lead for outsiders, but they're out of money.
Yeah, don't have the cash to keep up the fight. This is quite interesting. 13-8, it's still a significant gap. Haven't seen nearly enough out of Searson like that. He is such a fun AWPer to watch when things start to roll. Like you cannot not be entertained by it.
That was the kind of peak that we hadn't seen him even go for anything like that in this game yet. So that was a great find from Searson. We'd love to see more of it. 7-15, been a little bit quiet. Would love to see him just step up that level of impact to get this comeback underway. Good find from Tizian. On to Norbert.
And kick it all the way back here. And oh, he's got a friend, all right. Did a little bit of a tower being built. Not a powerful one.
He didn't hit any of those shots.
And even if he had, it was a USP, so.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Tizian death matching up mid, but this is all just a game that Flit's playing. Oh, what awareness from Tizian to spin all the way around. He's like, this guy's got to be keeping me here. He's got to be freezing me out in the open. Gonna go check towards T-spawn. Jame right by the moped. Gets taken down, 13-9.
The brain on Tizian.
I know, that's not bad.
Sometimes it's just people are selling it too much. You know, like,
yeah. Yeah, this feels weird, these jiggles.
You're telling me I buy into this company now and sell it to 10 of my friends, and they sell it to 10 of their friends. I could be rich. Sounds great. Sounds almost too good to be true.
Does sound fun.
Tizian's not
Come on, Anders. We'll all do it together.
It's a popular thing. They have laws against it, but you know.
Yeah, doesn't matter. 13-9.
Let's see. Deep Molotov, a lot of control on Banana early on. Not being contested really by outsiders. They're in fact shuffling around trying to get people into positions. Double boost for the crossfire. Oh, but Tapson is there. That's a wild opening, taking down Jame. And now Keto, if he could have found that one on Flit too, man, it would have opened everything up. But this is still pretty good. 4 versus 4. Let's see how much this double boost could do, though.
Oh, yeah, how do you break this double boost up? That's pretty wild. All he needs is the first kill. Can't get it over the top as kicker, but he has to give away the fact that he was boosted before he wanted to. We have a 3-on-3, another post plant. Blitz rotating over. There's a lurker in mid to deal with. That's Tizian. But I don't think Outsiders is going for this because Norbert hasn't budged. They could go for it now.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be the kill. Tizian thought that they had quit as well. And there is 2 smokes and a Molotov still on the CT side, so it's not nothing. No kit, you're right. So if they really want, I don't know if there could be one on someone dropped on the ground, but they need to move really fast.
Surely you just set up for exit kills. You say, screw the retake. Yeah. Screw the retake, we're out. Yeah, they've made that decision. Yeah, you're just going to try and take these players out as they evacuate. Oh, that off. Got to be careful.
This is interesting. Norbert out here. Where did they go? They could run into construction. You can live in there. Seems like Searson wanted to find somewhere else. Crimbo trying to get the job done. Kickert is going to end up going down at the end, but that is an expensive round, even if Big win it.
Yeah, well, they've got plenty of money. They've got a couple players over 8K. Searson's right at 7K as well. Now they're going to chew and eat into that for sure. 13-10. What a good response from Big, not going down without some kind of a fight. This half very easily felt like it was going to spiral out of their control, and with Tech-9s and Deagles, they won round number 20. And now they've won 4 in a row to close the gap.
Well, you mentioned it earlier how Tamsin, we've seen him before calling what looked like near perfect T-halves. So, I mean, so far so good. A couple of these have been obviously assisted with some really magnificent opening kills, which goes a long way. But then again, it's not that different from what Outsiders were doing on the first half. At least to get into the round, you get an opening kill, you can manipulate that defense way better than if you have to play a straight up 5-on-5. So, yeah, they're getting something that's working a little bit. Even if it's slow, 3-round gap. And again, they have the benefit of being on the T side. They can set the pace. And the other benefit is, because how the money works out for Outsiders, pretty much every other round from here on out is probably going to be some kind of a, you know, weird save or a half buy or something like that. So there's some interesting potential here for Big to start to make it back. AWP and AK and pistols in this round for the CT side.
There's Norbert killing a Tizian. Jame still ready and waiting. Good to see Outsiders get back to finding some of the opening kills, because Big had probably in these last 3 or 4 rounds kind of taken control of that, had a few more entries. Still spread across the map though, still slowed things down. Smoke towards left mid. Norbert's going to rotate over to the B bomb site. He's only got a Deagle. There's 2 5.7s on the board as well. That Molotov missed again. We're going to have to go back in the server and clean that one up.
Call Rushley right now.
Yeah, plug him in. Remote access the PC and just throw the smokes for me.
Yeah, had him let him play that round.
You, yeah.
That's a service he should offer to people.
Well, all the pistols here at B.
Yeah, so a little bit of an issue for what's coming in. Ooh, did he not see that? I don't think he saw that, Searson, but Crimbo is way less subtle with that attack. Searson trying to be all ninja with it. Crimbo was just wilding out. And 11th round for Big. I'm actually just so impressed. Again, we talked about the sort of mental strain of playing against a team like Outsiders in that first half and some of the really heartbreaking rounds that they lost, and they're still keeping in this. They're still keeping up the fight.
No, I think this is a great recovery from Big in that sense as well, especially because they looked a little bit lost and confused in how they're going to handle this defense until that one round cracked open. I mentioned couldn't really replicate that kind of a round, but they have off the back of it found the solution. Rattled off a bunch in a row. 13-11. I think this is now 5 straight for Big's attacking side. Got to be pleased if you're Gobby. You got to be pleased if you're Tapson. Gobby in the pregame interview mentioned focus, staying calm. Tapson, we've heard shouting during timeouts in between rounds about focus and calm. And the team is responding. 2-round lead for Outsiders. It's their turn to be under a little bit of pressure and frustration.
I mean, again, just definitely not an easy task for Big to try and make it back after what happened in that first half. Nade, gonna land on Fane. That's actually not that bad. A little bit of a hit there. Gonna see if they can set up and retake all of Banana, which they're doing with rapid speed right now.
Ooh, Hulls pop.
Yeah, they're gonna go for it, but look at the rotation already happening. They need to go pretty quickly because I think Outsiders are already starting to make their way back. A 4th player trying to join this A bomb site, but right now there is a timing window for it. Flit's going to be taking down Tizian. Still only really 2 people on this bomb site. 3rd one and 4th one are locked out for the minute. Smoke set up there. Keto with the 1 and Crimbo to take down Flit. And yeah, that wall of smokes is why that rotation couldn't come in. So they found their timing and it was really, really close. You could see it on the minimap slowly playing itself out. If they wait another 5, maybe 7 seconds there, it's going to be a 4-man defense at the A bomb site, and it's a very different matter.
Yeah, that's sick as well. They got the location of Flit. They knew exactly where it was. Throw a flashbang in a perfect position to make him turn from it and make that fight real difficult. And now you've got the money to go hunt some of these M4s down. Tapson falls. Searson's probably not going to risk the AWP, especially with that smoke in his way. Got a chance from CT spawn until Jame shuts down Keto. However, Big closes the gap to just 1.
12-13, yes, you're right. And no doubt that this is where outsiders also start to feel a lot more of the pressure. It looked like this is a done deal, the way that this has been set up. And
the way this half began, it felt really done. It was just a 4-round run for outsiders. It was maybe, what, 1, maybe 2 gun rounds overall, but I mean, it looked very convincing.
You know, when you see halves like this out of Tapson, because some of us have been lamenting the fact that he's been taken away from that star rifler because of how impressive he was when he was doing that. But when you see this stuff, you think, you know what? It's actually still, you know.
Still got it.
Yeah, he's still got it. And also, like, it's worth it in terms of making these calls on the T side. That's so important. So
yeah, he is one of those players that I still think to this day is just generally underrated.
Yeah, well, especially now that as an in-game leader, it's very hard to rate in-game leaders. So
yeah.
Keto goes down in the beginning. They try and put a lot more speed behind this one, but Norbert gets an opening kill. 20th kill for him in the game. Flashing and setting it up, and they want to keep going. Tizian trying to flash his way into the fight. Flip on this, and this got the smoke. He can look right over it. So this gets shut down, and I think this is almost looked like an out-of-spawn call for Big to try and say, let's try and do this quick while they still have 3 or 4 people at the B-bomb side, which is pretty common.
Yeah, and also maybe just saying, look, we're going to do this back-to-back, and there's no way you're going to expect it twice in a row.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't work out here. Crimbo and Searson, last 2 remaining 2v5. 45 seconds left on the clock.
Time for Searson to put on his superhero mask and flick that AWP. There we go. Wallbang shot to take down Norbert.
Yeah, X-ray vision.
Yeah, exactly. Do a little bit more. See if he could find another kill. 28 seconds on the clock, so can't be spending too much time looking at the corners. At some point, you're going to have to try and make it a fight. Ooh, and did he get spotted? I don't know if they saw him on the other side. Crimbo, he's maneuvering well, but ooh, he gets the headshot. Can't get the follow-up, though. 14 seconds for Searson to try and do a 1 versus 3. Trying to bait out the shot, and he can't get the flick. It looked like it was close. And from a 2-on-5 into a 1 versus 2, I mean, it's a pretty impressive little run, but not enough to keep outsiders away from the 14th round.
No, but they'd been searching for that for some time. This was the round that was taken from them oh so long ago. 4th and final timeout called by Big. Last adjustments being made. Outsiders just 2 rounds away from taking this opening map. Gabi's turn to be energetic and animated behind the team. As you mentioned, the Legend of 1.6 been around so much. All that experience, all that knowledge coming down to help get them over this final hurdle here on Inferno. It's Keto with 18 kills to lead the way for Big. Flit and Norbert tied for outsiders at 21 frags apiece.
Yeah, and the pressure is on once again really for both sides, because if you're Big, you realize all it takes is a couple of slip-ups here, a couple of good opening rounds here for outsiders, and all the work we put into this second half, it might be for nothing. Let's see, flash over. Oh, it's looking like a good start. Flit did not want to wide swing that, and probably would have been a mistake too, so pretty decent job there. Molotov and grenade to the corner of B. Flit's going to open the round to take down Keto and Fame. Molotov eventually to find Tapson. That's wild.
I don't really mind the fast pace, because I mean, even these Hulls pops are like meant to like take advantage of a 3B start. And ooh, tagged through the wall. Molotov into your position. Tizian gonna try and come through the smoke. Flit and Norbert have shut this down. I was gonna say those Hulls pops they called like back-to-back rounds of this fast pace. You're just like outsiders hadn't adapted to it. They're still sending 3 over towards that B bomb site. So the weakness that Big's trying to take advantage of is still there. Just these A defenders finally hunkering down and holding onto the bomb site with just the 2 of them. Flit and Norbert putting together good games. 23 and 22 kills apiece. And Searson can do nothing except save the op, and
maybe not even that. They're all out hunting.
Yeah, well, they should too, because well, they obviously don't know that Big is going to be this out of money. They probably have a good feel of the economy, but Big is going to have to scrape together whatever they can, especially if they take this op away. Like, what are you going to be able to put together as a team? Dinked up, Searson, no chance of saving this. Door is going to pop open at any moment, and there's a chicken nearby as well, which we know is his bad luck charm.
Yeah, that is the bad omen, the chicken of doom.
When the chicken appears around Searson, you know,
harbinger of death.
Shit's about to go down.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, you know, I always thought, I don't know if this has ever been confirmed, but this theory that T-Rex has had
Tiny arms?
and feathers.
Oh, feathers, okay.
That always has seemed the most horrifying to me.
Dude,
for some reason, that's way scarier to me than...
Okay. Ooh, hello. Speaking of T-Rexes having feathers, Searson with a headshot, and there's Norbert to come right through the smoke. Almost sprays down a second one down middle. Man advantage for Big, and they're going to hustle.
Fame, though. He's in a pretty decent position. Smoke goes up, but he wants to catch someone through, but it goes the other way. And look at the pressure that they're putting on, even just spotting Jame out here, knowing that he's back instead of inside of the bomb site. They're going to go run for it, and they should be able to get the bomb plant here. No issues at all. So, what a shock.
Yeah.
They're still the same speed as some of the other rounds that absolutely blew up in their faces, but after this, they need 2 more rounds to get into overtime. It's doable. It can be done.
Do Big really want to dedicate some weapons to this? They've got no money built up. And yeah, they're just 1 round away from losing, but to rebuy these weapons is going to be so costly. Keto at 350 in the bank, Searson 350 in the bank, Tizian with 50, and they're losing a lot here. Oh, they're losing everything.
Donating it all.
Yikes.
You know, just in a bloodlust, trying to find the remaining players.
I was going to tell you, there was a new TV series that just came out with David Attenborough, where they actually go back and do like it's like Planet Earth except with dinosaurs. It's great.
Sounds sold.
They have raptors with feathers. It's sick.
You had me at David Attenborough. That's
yeah,
all I needed.
Fair play.
Sold.
15-13, 2-round lead. Timeout's going to be called. Final one for Outsiders. Both these teams.
Copy. Saying, I want you to take no hostages, kill them all, wipe them out. Probably not exactly what he's saying.
No, I don't think that'd be what he's saying. However, he did steal the emphatic hand-talking from Yanko.
It's real good.
Yeah, he's copied that coaching style.
Powerful stuff. Wish we could hear everything, but of course that would be detrimental to the team,
ideal.
So probably not good. Here we go. Last, potentially 2 rounds coming up.
Yeah.
1 slip up, 1 mistake here on the side of Big. And they're going to lose the opening map in this best of 3 to Outsiders. And that is a problem because they're not going to get easier to play in the upcoming maps. This is a hard team to play on any given day. Searson, oh, he wanted to do it again, nearly taking down Flit. That's good. Maybe Searson could wake up. That would be a huge change. He's had a very quiet game, but James going to be able to take him down. A lot more firepower on the other side. Not impressed by that scout at all.
No, well, the scout even in the previous round is the one that got that opening kill up mid as well on the T side. So Searson goes back for that same fight. Man advantage over to Outsiders, and they're more than happy to back off. Play this a little more passively. Still 3-player lean towards this B bomb site, although I feel the A bomb site's been way more under attack.
Yeah, they're just confident in that setup over there, I guess. But
well, and also Jame with the AWP is now in Graveyard. It's been Flit Norbert, but Flit with the low HP has rotated over to B where he's boosted up. Tapson with the kill, and here we go. Underway is the hit. They still haven't spotted the boost, and it might not matter. Flame with the double, and there's Flit up top.
Yeah, that's everything. They needed a great couple of headshots. Tizian on his own, and there's absolutely no way out of this round. Everyone's rotating over. He's getting flanked as we speak. Oh man, they had the entry, but it's not enough. It'll be 16 rounds on the side of Outsiders, and that's the opening map going their way.
Heck yeah, it is. Well done from Outsiders. Looked like it could have been a little bit more cleaner, but some good rounds from Big. They locked in on that T side for a moment there, made things interesting still. Map 1 to Outsiders. We're headed to a break. We've got the desk, and then we're going to get underway with the rest of the series, so stay tuned.